Okay, so I am now coming into the engine compartment of the van, and I'm going to stick the camera in here where there's some light, and I am now pointing the camera at the steering column as it appears in the engine compartment. Now, it's a lot easier to get at in the van than in the Nova, but it's the same thing, and it's not that hard to get at in the Nova. So this is the steering column as it leaves the dashboard, all right, and this corresponds to turning the wheels. See, right now the steering wheel is turning on the inside of the car. And this thing here corresponds to shifting. When you pull the shifter towards you, you're doing this. You're pushing this down. I know it's hard to get light on it. You're pushing it down like this. Let's see if I can get a better view of that. Okay, you see that? And now when you shift between gears, you're moving this mechanism back and forth like this. And so right now I'm in neutral. If I want to shift into drive, I simply grasp this thing and I push it down like that. If I wanted to shift into park, I have to pull it away from this little doohickey and pull it toward me. Now I'm in park. So I just manually shifted this car from the engine compartment. Now I want to go into drive. I push down. All right, and so on. Now here's this thing here is this nut here is an adjustment provision that adjusts the mechanism to calibrate the mechanism. You loosen this nut and then you move this bar in and out a little bit. Maybe, you know, adjustment range is about 1/4 of an inch, and that's how you get it to align. Now, what is it that you're trying to align? I'm going to show you. What you're trying to align is these. You see those little squares there? When I pull, you're going to see one of them. You see how that just disengaged? And if I pull this back and forth, you see how that's moving? See, that's drive and that's neutral. And so the drive and the neutral on the transmission itself has to correspond so that it fits in that notch. If I pull it away, and then that's how I get it into reverse and then into park. The other end of that bar, it goes way down to the transmission, but that part of the transmission isn't usually the problem. That rarely goes bad. This is usually where the problem comes about, from wear and tear, because, you know, the car gets shifted a gazillion times during its lifetime, and so it's a fairly complicated mechanism. But the point that I want to make here is that anybody can shift this car by simply releasing this nut with a 9/16 wrench and shifting it into drive. It takes 2 minutes for somebody who knows what they're doing. And if anybody wants any more than $50 to come and do it, they're charging too much. Now, like I said, this in the van, it's very, very easy to get at from a standing position. In the Nova, you may have to get under the car to see it, but I don't think so. I think that I know the steering column goes right through the engine compartment, and I'm pretty sure that the thing I just pointed to is somewhere down by the front wheel. It would be on the right, obviously on your right, looking in the engine. And so that's what you're dealing with. I don't expect you to do it. I just want you to know what it is you're attempting to do.